little bit of a knife round. Who doesn't love a little bit of fun here? We're going to Overpass. The side thing. And look, Movistar, yeah, technically this is the map that they picked yesterday, but they also got 13-0'd on it, and they're not having the momentum in their favor. Looking4Org really heating up there towards the end of the first. The scoreline tells that story for sure. I think they're in for some trouble here, Alan.
Work to do. And not a lot of time since yesterday, actually, given it was the later match, to have those discussions and make any possible changes. I'm sure at least a couple of them have either watched the VOD back or... actually not... Are you aware of the demo situation? Can they get a demo? Is that even possible? The game?
Now, I think you can from Faceit. There's a specific way to do it. There is a demo viewer in the game. They haven't yet made it possible to just download your MM games. Believe that these should be obtainable.
Well, either way, it sounds a little bit more complicated than it used to be. Maybe some more work to do.
Actual demo viewer in the game is so much nicer, though. It actually functions and like doesn't
I don't
stutter
think
the
that's
whole
an
thing.
achievement. It was not a high bar.
No.
The old one, holy cow.
But it has been achieved.
Alright, game on. What do we got here on the CD side? 4B stack, flash ready for Monster. Nade on Maka. Take the door off connector. And, wow. Okay. That's a statement.
It's a good shot. Way to get your team fired up early on. You kind of need it. Need to get them shocked back into action. They're not just a player calling, they're just leaving him. This is interesting. They've really read the setup. Because of the first kill on B, it sucked an extra player down. And they know there's a player connected, so they're just going to avoid it entirely. Take the space towards long. The rotations are coming through for Looking4Org, so they might be ready to deal with this. But if they can kill Lucky before this comes through, they have the bailout option. They're still just going to avoid him. Handle him at arm's reach, and Looking4Org are well positioned now for this fight, with Lucky able to control that rotate. Whoa, the timing for exercise goes forward just as the hit comes in, and all the kills are going the way of the Movistar Riders. Couldn't have worked out better. Full, clean round. And the pistol is on the side of the Riders.
Massive stuff from Alex and Mopos. Not a good showing for Looking4Org. That's what Movistar needed. They haven't won a lot of rounds in the last hour or so. That alone's got to feel pretty good. And what do we got here? No investment from Looking4Org. We've seen this on a few maps now. It seems to be a trend for them. They don't like these second round forces. I'm sure they would on a map like Inferno, but at least on these. Want to get the rifles out. One flash for Mr. Maka. He sat on A site. And I guess he's going to flash over his teammates on long. If they get a chance, equally he can flash over toilets maybe. That's his job, is to just support his teammates.
We are going to get a fight, it looks like, based on the positioning. A little bit of fun. Or not. Now they seem to be circumventing it. Adams might get overwhelmed. The round not looking in doubt. Unless. Alright, Adams found the stack. He's flashed. He's dead. His gun is claimed, but the site is lost. So this round shouldn't be in question. The question is, how much more damage can these USBs do? djoko will presumably save, but everyone else can go get frisky. What do you like here, Alan? Fights. Do you like them to save the rifle, the Galil, or do you want them to try and maximize?
I mean, don't just throw ultimate caution to the wind, but try and get more kills. Definitely worth
it. Caution, wind, thrown. Mopos, 3. djoko making this punishing, though. All right, there you go. Talk about getting value out of that Galil. They've done so. Maka, you can't stay close enough to that bomb to retrieve a gun, so this one's going to be howdy doody. The damage has certainly been visited upon the Movistar Riders.
guess is another factor in you know, cases like that is because the bomb is so damaging, just holding players on the sites as well is a consideration. So I think we'll see a lot more of teams, you know, trying to do the plus minuses on taking fights, keeping money low. It's another factor that could make the game even more, add more depth, more strategies.
Makes it more dynamic as well, right? Because yes, you're still going to get teams trying to save the rifle, but there's that incentive to, you know, we used to really chastise players for going for that extra kill, right? That one extra kill if you're saving a gun. Like, why are you doing that? Here, you know, and we used to call it the NA peak a lot. Now there's more value to it, right? If you can, even if you don't get the kill, you just sort of push a player back towards the bomb. I do think that the increased bomb radius, as insane as it feels right now, may actually be a good motivator to lead to more action at the end of rounds. Ah, that's not where the molly's supposed to go.
Oh, the good news is there isn't anybody in balloons behind the cube. You don't like to see that very often. 3 on A here for Movistar Riders as they're going to default out for control. There's no AWP on this CT side. It's a scout on Maka, and he's not posted up on long. He's back on the side proper. So nothing really to hold Movistar at bay. They're getting a lot of this control for free, and Alex has made a very early call here. He said, guys, let's group up. Let's get the numbers over. It might be a brilliant read knowing there's no AWP in play. That would be an excellent one. And more missed mollies, guys. Come on. We can do better than this.
Their own worst enemies right now. I don't think utility shifted that much on 2 on Overpass. You could do more things now with the open skybox. But not really an excuse for those. Early pick gonna go the way of djoko. The second as well. Gonna need to reload. Needs his teammate to keep him off his back. So that's exactly what Maka will do. Eventually djoko falls, but he's done his work. He can rest. All on Mopaz. And 3 players surviving here is a massive round for Looking4Org early. And the damage from the last now comes in. Those kills from djoko with the Galil. Look at how broke Movistar are.
Yeah. It's not looking healthy for them whatsoever. I think they have to buy. Alex and Mopaz can't buy anyway, even if they save. Yeah, it's a very late call. Here it is. 1 flashbang. Guys, you should have paused and taken more thought. Could even come a couple guys. Mopaz has money for nades and he hasn't bought fully. This is janky, to put it lightly. And, well, the only way into this round I'd have thought is Adams Martinez. Ripping heads.
I love this sign boost. I think the boosts on Overpass are why I love this map so much. Because pretty much all of them carry substantial risk. And to me, I think the most fascinating part of most Counter-Strike games is the risk-reward calculation of players trying to figure out how to maximize. Couple kills. It's getting a little friskier than expected. A 1v2. Martinez could win this. Bomb's going to be down. He has time enough for the plant. And okay, never mind. That's a great way to put the round for rest. Just perfect timing, right? Martinez trying to slip away without giving away his position and just boop, bop, over.
It's actually pretty massive they got that plant because their buy round would have still been really bad in the round after this coming one.
It's not good.
Yeah, Looking4Org stabilizing. They shouldn't be too displeased. djoko is off to a blinder and 8 kills already. Well ahead of the pack.
I mean, there's the 3. I think he put 3 together in the Galil round, but outside of that as well, they've tried to threaten his site repeatedly, and he just keeps getting that pound of flesh. You know, he's going to get overwhelmed eventually, but he's going to kill enough that his teammates are there for the retake. So, played really ably up towards A early on. They've clearly attempted to pressure him, and just doesn't work. We haven't even seen Maka with the ult yet.
Forcing? I think this is a big risk, Mike. They didn't need to. They could have got a good buy in the following. This is very aggressive. I mean, they know the money is bad. It's true. That is true. But Looking4Org have had a few rounds to establish, you know, enough to have full nades across the board. They got proper rifles. It's not like these are FAMASs and MP9s like you would get on a second round. I need to see this justified.
I also think, and this is again something that I think is going to shift. djoko's got the spot. He's going to back off towards site. This is something that I think is going to shift in the meta. I think the Tech 9 armor buy is very powerful right now because of, you know, the ability to swing and tap. So I almost feel like, yeah, if you want to risk it into a Tech 9, you know, vest buy, not the worst thing in the world, but Mac 10's Galil all the way invested. Can't say I'm loving this. djoko very aggressive by the divider. This could be tough. Spots the shadow though. Knows Mopas is here. Can't have the kill, and indeed he gets overwhelmed. That's unfortunate for djoko. Looked like he had Mopas dead to rights, but this is finally the round where djoko can't come up big for the team. Now the question is, can his teammates make up for it? Damage on towards site. Lucky committed. Flashbangs are lethal here, and Alex is getting it all done with the SMG. So there you go. Force buy justified.
Yeah.
Mac 10 ripping, and round claimed.
A lot came off that first engagement. I thought Mopas was dead when he showed the shadow, but managed to just about get in divider and readjust. Come the execute. Good truck molly. Did a lot of damage to Lucky. Ruined the crossfire for that CT side. And on the flashes, Alex just ran in and had a field day. Gonna be free for Movistar riders. Looking4Org, they don't have any loss bonus, but they've got to buy anyway in the next, I suspect. I mean, what can they get? Lucky could get a FAMAS, maybe. It's not going to be looking good for djoko, especially Maka, not really great either. Maybe these guys could drop SMGs, I'm not sure. Maybe, I think definitely a pause should come in to discuss this. You can't mess around anymore in CS2, there's not enough rounds. Can't waste any of them. There's the pause. Because the money's been so low the whole way, no up on Maka yet, and of course CT side Anubis, that was a big factor. Clearly never got going on Vertigo, but I feel like Maka should be the focal point of this defense, and he just hasn't had the weaponry just yet.
No. I mean, even in that scout round, he hits one. Got the scout back up here. Gonna see how this goes. The two techies are a nice asset. I was just talking about how much I'm liking the tech in the CS2 right now. It's a big find. You know, you got Exercise and Haji. God, I really am having trouble adjusting to just saying exercise. With the full loadout. They got the two AKs. They brought the two pistols in for comrades as well. Everybody's eating.
So what do we got? Double long setup on that CT side. That means there's nobody in or around toilets or connector. Oh my god. Okay, beautiful boost. Just over the smoke. Mopas caught out. Info as well that Alex is in the area. And it might also incentivize some long control from Movistar. They might think it's not so well defended. Is Adam's really going to find this gap?
Seems like
there's a massive gap. I don't blame Looking4Org for not thinking anybody could be around this. Haven't had any noise cues.
Look at the bomb. If it comes fountain. Oh my goodness.
No way.
djoko looking the wrong way, trying to clear front path. Now the question is, can Maka find this? Not with the scout, no. Push back off out towards long. Now Adam is going to be so much further forward than they ever expect. That might catch the rotations. He's on the truck. There's no world where Lucky thinks he's here. Is there? Lucky's actually giving this a lot of caution.
Made noise.
Oof. Big kill for exercise. Might give him the ability to defend this B site. It's the rotation up. And that's a killer peek. Talking about those Tech 9s into angles. Absolutely lethal. They've got the information now. They've spotted the bomb. There's no more time. The tags are enough. Oh, Maka lining him up. Scope hitting.
I wonder if Movistar overthought this round. When Adams was that far advanced on A, you could do anything. You could start pressuring B, and he's going to kill the A players coming off. You could coalesce on A, and then players will swing up, rotating in, thinking there's nobody on the site. They did neither, and he never got to capitalize on his gap, did he? Ah, that's a real shame. A real shame, and I think hesitation was the demise of Movistar. 3 apiece, though. Still have money for a buy. Maka yet to upgrade to that AWP. Have to go another round without it. He resides himself to the scout instead. They would have heard that scout shooting, so they're very incentivized to take space. Adams makes good of that. Maka's gone. Pressure on djoko to lock down this entire half of the map.
Does djoko want to peel back, or does he want to go forward? Seems like peel back is going to be the approach right now. Just holding on towards this long bathrooms. But no one's rotated up. So it is just djoko. They've only seen Adams, right? And they know that Adams plays as that bathroom's lurker in a lot of rounds, so they can't commit. djoko's trying to come back in to clear it. Just now, they're coming out long as well. I think he just slipped them. Spotted. Knows they're here. Confirmation. Panic on. Utility just being dumped to try and buy a little bit of time. Doesn't realize how far up Adam is, though. That's a big kill in. Looking for another. Not going to have it. But lucky. Can't get more work done. There's nothing playing the same angle. Haji might be further forward than they expect, but he can only deny the plant for a moment. And at this point, Exercise might just have to save this. Adams has been... I mean, that's his first 2 kills. But this is now 2 rounds in a row where he's just found a ton of space towards A.
This one was a bit different. I think the last round... I don't want to call it luck, but he just kept pressing the issue, didn't he? And got a gap. This round, they heard the scout. He knew the fight was pretty good for a rifle. Worst case scenario, he gets tagged. And he took that space. Very aggressive. And then from there, never let off. So, Adams doing his job as one of those heavy A players at the moment. Only 2 frags, but, getting a lot of space for his team. A lot of information in the mix, too. We'd like to see. Important that Exercise saves this gun. Saves their chances of buying in this round. But it's still the same story. Gonna be no open Maka. Lucky could glass, but that wouldn't be in tune with what we see from that player most of the time. And another low buy out from Looking4Org. Another Krieg from Martinez. We saw that yesterday.
We did.
But this could be another thing is, as we've discussed, the rifles and their mobility are a factor. Well, the Krieg is sort of a middle ground, isn't it? Where you could still play a longer angle. So maybe Martinez... Maybe he's a genius. Maybe he's ahead of everyone else. He's understanding
Was
the
it
Krieg is the way.
Martinez Krieging yesterday, though?
I'm sure he bought it once, I remember. It might have been 2 days ago.
A lot of it from Selter on Aurora. That I remember. He was really liking the scopes, the AUG and the Krieg. Yeah,
we saw a lot of AUGs, not so many Kriegs.
I think
the AUG does feel legit. I said one factor I didn't think about, in the beta and coming into CS2 is with the AUG, when you start shooting for a smoke, because you're more zoomed in, you can see better in the gap you've made.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of players shoot a couple times, see a whisper of a head, and then flick in a way that I don't think you could do it with an M4 because it'd just be too small on your screen.
I think the big thing as well is that first bullet headshot because of the way that immediate peek is going. Nice shot from djoko, nice kill. Because of how important that first shot is in engagement, right, with the peekers. I think teams or players are really liking the one-tap headshot as opposed to the M4s. Maka's in a bit of a tough spot. Could be pressured here out towards long. Maka and djoko are just both very isolated from each other. There was a chance there. Didn't get cleared fully, but Adams lucky to get away with that one. And it's going to split the defense.
Adams has a bit of space on long. Teammates coming back. djoko still advanced here. I mean, he just got a flash out divider side. I think it's better off that. I think it's the right decision. 35 seconds. One flash on the CT side. And it's not on A. Whereas a Movistar Riders, full nade set on Martinez. But even so, they're just going to contact. No noise. Absolutely zero warning. djoko might just get peeked. There goes a flashbang. Martinez trying to clear in towards the cubby. Lucky springs his trap, but he gets traded. Surely time for bombs to be planted and a 2-on-2 to come.
Oh, out the truck. That's insane from Haji. He's going to get the kill as a result. Adam couldn't line up the shot. Now they know exactly where he is. They can fight him together. He's going to be able to slip back into bathrooms. Able to dance around this. Tap on the bomb. Does it off it. Oh, but they get the kill. Had to go for the peak eventually. And we're just waiting.
One question I do have about CS2 is, obviously in Go, if you're running through a smoke,
Sure.
the opponent can see itself a long time before you can see anything.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be as severe anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, it must still exist to some degree because of your barrel's going to come through the smoke. Yeah. But I'm seeing a lot more smoke pushing.
So the issue, it's a couple of things right now, I think, compounding. I think basically the advantage for swinging peekers basically mitigates that to a large degree. And also, when you come out of a smoke, there's this weird effect around you where you're like wreathed like Batman almost. It looks dope. It looks cool. I think it's probably ultimately good, but I think it is taking an adjustment just because frequently it obscures the head a little bit. And there's that moment of like, you just look like you're covered by smoke a little bit longer than you actually are on your screen. So it's a little bit confusing in the translation. And also the edges of smokes are more frayed right now. So you can be into that edge of smoke while not having your head obscured.
This is
and all those factors are my hypothesis.
And they're out of HEs as well. They can't continue going. Surely Mopos is up close. There are some flashes on Martinez, but there's an anti-flash set up here in defense. djoko's just cleared A. Maka's nearby. He can get up into heaven. They've just lost all the stopping power on this hit. You can see that they're nervous. They can't adjust. They can't go back anywhere else. They have no information. There's only one way to go, and that's into the lion's den.
Once they go, and they are being punished. A kill back the other way, at least. That's something. Here comes the maneuver. Flashbang good. Kill better. Another one. Not quite found. Molpaw's 1 HP. Limping. And Martinez at least is going to exploit them when they decide to fight back in, but eventually his luck runs out. And it is Lucky who will claim the round.
Beautiful. Starting to look good for the Frenchman. It's a very scrappy start to this half, but they're the ones that are beginning to stabilize. djoko continues his good game. And this round should be good. I think djoko's even recovered the creek. Love to see it. Love to see it. I thought the odd thing about the pop last round is, I think what was happening was, to the CTs through one smoke for Monster, which was deeper in the pipe. And then, who was close? Was it Exercise? One of those on B. Might have been Haji. I think it was Haji. He did another smoke, but it was, you know, further towards the end of the pipe. So when they actually naded through, yes, it cleared the deeper smoke, but not the closer one. So they didn't really get a lot out of it.
It is a little finicky right now. You sometimes get these moments. Nice shot from Maka, where you feel like you naded the smoke entirely, and you scoop like 3/4 of it out, like you just took a chunk of ice cream out of it, and there's just that little wall that obscures all actual vision onto the other side. Definitely a little tough to judge right now.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of factors. It's also, remember that for every other lineup in the game, you're... Oh my god, okay.
What? Same moment. 2 pistol kills come through. All right. Cheeky peeky. I mean, it shouldn't matter. djoko holding on the long here is just too powerful for them to deal with. And we're coming to the waiting moments of the half, but still, that got spicy for a moment.
Anyway, the point I was going to make was that historically in CS, with all the nade lineups, you're lining up against elements on the map, you know, so they don't move.
Yeah.
But if you're nading a smoke, you need a good feel for where you need to stand. You also might not be in a spot, because you have to move. When you throw your flashes, you're not doing a set lineup anymore. So players going to have to learn beyond set lineups. They're going to have a very good feel for where their nades are going.
And I think that's the kind of thing as well where, you know, just reps. That's just solid reps of being able to look at a smoke and judge where you need to pop it. Oh, speaking of popping it. Ouch. Ouch. Spray down. Mow down. Mopas is going to get flashed through this. He might get this kill. He can't. Exercise knew that that was coming. Knew that that was going to happen. So 4v2 here as the Movistar Riders try and recover this half.
Yeah, you don't need to peek this lucky. Just leave it, man. Don't need to fight.
That's a great skip.
Interesting.
Do you see that Molly sort of scooped along the circle of the tunnel, bounced further than he thought it would have?
Yeah. An odd interaction. You could get some weird ones in Go, to be fair, with those tunnels.
Yeah, that one happened. Once a tunnel always gets weird. The worst would be, I don't know if you ever had this happen, but I had this happen like once, where I threw a molly and it bounced in such a way that it wound up like bouncing between the two sides and air bursting in the tunnel and giving me nothing.
I've seen, which map is it? It used to happen on train a lot, where if you threw something at the ground, it could bounce backwards because the like train tracks would clip it and stuff. I think you can do that in Monster as well. Like, you can get some really funky stuff. And they're still going for Monster every time. Yeah, granted, this one's a half buy. Very aggressive. Flashes over. X's up front getting his exercise. 2 for him. But they've done so much damage, man. I don't see... Unless Alex can work wonders in his advanced position, this looks impossible.
It's just Martinez now. This would be the Deed clip of all Deed clips. And he knows. He's just trying to catch someone cheeky on the flank because at this point, this is hopeless. It's looking like a bang-on 8-round half for Looking4Org, unless... No. We're headed to the half.
Caught up in emotions, think I'm losing track. I need you to stay by my side. Feel like I'm in floating, comfortably detached. Will you stay if I lose my mind? And I want to let go. Don't let me even if I try. But I need to know that I don't want to lose this high. All we have is time now, we can push our luck. Just tell me you won't fall apart. And I want to let go. Don't let me even if I try. But
Second half underway. Movistar Riders desperately looking for some wins here because this is starting to look a little tough. This was, I mean, they were in the lead, right? It was what, 4-2? Something along those lines, and they just lost complete control of the half. Martinez will try and start things off well here. Might do so, but no. The bulk of the kills go the way of the French squad. But the swing back in is going to lead this to a clutch. 1v1 on deck.
Bomb. He's also got a smoke. He could put it down in front of it. And Mopos is actually going to fully give the bomb.
Seems that way. Nope, coming back into the fight, and Lucky's got the headshot, had the angle, had the info, has the round.
That looked really strange from Mopos. Do you think he tried to fake noise running out or something? It didn't look right. He knew he certainly would have known he had bomb. Interesting. Interesting. And I'll tell you what, Movistar didn't need that, did they? They definitely didn't need that. They really needed a pistol conversion, and if not, you know, some sort of early stability in the second half. They're going to eco this as all the teams have as of late in these second rounds. And we're just looking at the Frenchman and just saying, all you got to do is have a clean round. All you got to do is have a clean round.
Just run.
Not like this.
Run. Fail. Back 10 into Hunt. Oh, gone. Run.
Go B, guys. Go B. Go B. Just give it up. Go B.
Stop fighting.
Oh my
God. Why are they fighting?
What are they doing?
I can understand the impetus to try and keep them from getting guns, but we've seen this be the bane of so many a team. Now Haji has to try a 1v3. He's got the bomb planted. But this might just be the lifeline to get Movistar back into this game. This has been 6 rounds in a row for Looking4Org. Movistar Riders, they need this. Haji will hear them crossing. Playing from short now. He has an A, he has an HE. They don't have armor. That could be deadly, but he's going to burn! And he's going to die. And there's time aplenty for this defuse. Movistar Riders with salvation.
Salvation's the only word. That was... I can't believe it.
Never should have been. Never should have been.
This isn't CSGO anymore, where you can just, you know, if you've got a rifle against unarmored pistols, you just know you're going to win. It's not like that anymore. Yeah. These rounds are so important. They should have just immediately given it. After it went south, they had the bomb, they had players, you know, they weren't exposed on A. They could have just walked back. Wow. Someone needed to man up and make a hard decision there to give that up, and nobody did. Everyone kept fighting, everyone wanted frags. And it has not gone well. Heaviest ego possible here as all they've got rid is the Glocks, 1 Tech 9. Adams is up close, he hears all this noise. Alex is rotating. But Adams has got players all around him. Martinez actually takes first contact. And then Adams swings his trap. So, A-OK in the end. And now it's Movistar with good money.
Yeah. Prime chance, man. All the money now in their favor.
I can't believe how much this game has changed off that one decision not to get out.
And 12.
Yeah.
A 3-round swing is a massive swing. It's, you know, a quarter of the way to a win.
What a moment. And it's not just losing the round, it's what it does to the economy. I mean, Looking4Org, look at them now. They've got no money, and it's Movistar that do. Movistar can, as long as they save a couple guns, they're buying again whatever happens. Whatever happens. Martinez, though, good spawn. And makes good of it. Aggressive peek. Haji, though, is in the cubby. It's left eye for Adams, and he makes it 2. That is sensational.
Incredible playthrough here. It might be dead here. Martinez, at least. But, yeah, they're just down to 2 players, 2v4. Trying to recover this. Minute 22, there's plenty of time for sure. But they need damage. They know, you know, they're not even twitching back for the bomb because that's just not the issue right now. You gotta whittle off some of these numbers. And djoko will be the number that goes off the board first. All on exercise to just do damage, try and limit this economy. And he's down to 6 health. He's going to be a goner here in a moment. There's no real other way to think about this.
Ooh,
at least gets his hands on the
yeah,
C4.
just almost saw him there as well. Would have been a second, maybe. He gets the bomb. I wonder if Alex heard that. Probably not, given that the B guys aren't moving much. There might still be a plant in this, because Alex, of course, his main focus is mid. And connect. Overpass could fall off. He's going to do so. Ooh. I don't think Exercise is posturing like Mopos saw him.
He certainly thinks he did, and the second player's coming up, so I think there may have been a spot there. 10 seconds, he's just going to save it. I mean, this is such a bad situation for Looking4Org in general now. Yeah. It's... Oh, you gotta... This is where you talk about you need to have a short memory as a competitor, right? Because you have to just forget about that pistol round. It was such a blunder, such a mistake. You know, you can yell at each other about it in the post map, but right now you have to forget that even happened. You've still got the lead. You still got 2 rounds here. This round's probably not going to be great.
I mean, at what point, Mike, does pressure also become a factor? This is business end game now.
Yeah.
There's only 2 to go. Looking4Org again. You have to sympathize with their position, playing without backing at the moment. If they could make it to a LAN, and even if they can't, if they can get into the final of this and give Spirit a good match, every little helps in terms of getting them over that break point, more ranking points, all of this. And they can feel it slipping away right now. And they're going to fully force buy?
I don't mind
it. Are you
here.
For real?
Yeah, I don't mind it. The Tech-9s are so powerful
I don't
right
think
now.
so, bro. Movistar have money. You can't break the cash.
But the problem was that XSCs was broke, right? So you would have had a limitation in the next round anyway.
I don't know.
Get the money right.
I guess it's pick your poison,
scoreline.
but this is scary territory.
Nade into the smoke. Peek. Oh, it's actually just damage. Goes a little deeper. Don't know if that was the intention or not, but either way, good value of an HE. Peek in. Tag on. Can they trade it? They can. But so much information out gained for Adams. I think he spotted the bomb as well. So you can see they're very ready for this defense. The utility's going out. That flashbang's critical. Martinez would have been a dead man. He is. But it would have been quicker. Now if they can crack onto this site. I mean, it's just won by the truck right now. Alex, timely peek. Next as well. Can't quite find the last, but it's down to the 2v2. And the flank from Overpass is on now. The swing from the MAC-10 is so potent. Haji. Oh, he doesn't have the bomb. He doesn't have the bomb. And Overpass will be able to catch him on his heels as a result. It comes down to just the one. If he'd had the bomb, you imagine Haji just dives off of the dumpster there to try and get a B plant, but he didn't grab it. It couldn't happen. And Overpass is there in time.
This game is on such a knife edge. God. So close. Another pause comes in. Had they planted, this would be a buy. For certain. They can half by pretty heavily. They're on maximum loss bonus right now. But I'll stick to my guns. I think that was too much to go into that round. Yes, it got competitive. But it just keeps you out of balance for a long way. A long way into this half. Discussion now. Pistol armor, definitely an option. I think a full investment, it would be aggressive, to put it lightly. It would be a French throwback from 2014-15 if they force up this round.
Yeah,
and doesn't look like it. They are playing a longer game.
I mean, you could put some stuff in here. Tex, you got close enough. Ooh, a little more than I'd
Actually,
love.
actually goes hero.
Haji goes hero. That I hate. No longer into this. I think getting as much damage as they did in the last made them maybe a little overzealous here. Ooh, but Adams is going to show why maybe that was foolhardy. Tons of utility damage. Looking4Org trying to go quick with this. We do know this squad loves a force buy, but
you got to get value.
Inopportune time.
You got to get value, and you've got to have a plan. I think more crucially, I don't even mind the hero AK, but I mean, you can see it, Mike. They're buying with 2 seconds left. I can tell you straight up, there's not really a plan. They've just sort of decided to half buy, which is a shame. It's a real shame because you need to do damage in these rounds. Again, MR12. You haven't got time. you haven't got time to recover. The relative value of every round just goes up, including your ecos and your force buys.
Yeah.
Got to make it count. And Movistar stacking the right way. Free here on A. Not seeing anything on B whatsoever. Did Adams catch that shadow? Maybe, maybe not, but even so, plenty of men here.
Adams at the spot. He's been very good around these bathrooms. Not this time, though. Kill at least. There are 2 to defend. Smoke down to slow the rotations, perhaps. And if they want to withdraw, well, that could be bad. Molotov's good. Sets up Alex with a key position. There's the lead from Martinez. He saw it. Jay on the server. Maka's hit. Okay. All right. We got a round here. We got a round. We got a bomb plant. Clutch attempt for Haji. He's been incredible. This was the hero rifle, but he can't get away. Still, the bomb plant does justify it. They did eventually find the impact they needed. We'll be into the next. It will be a tie scoreline for Movistar. They survive. It was looking dire, and now Looking4Org got a real chance.
Still, though, it's still Movistar with good money because they kept the other rounds clean. So it's not too scary. But at least, as you said, you know, at least justifying that investment were the Frenchmen. This round is crucial, though. It's been a bit of a landslide in Movistar's favour. Looking4Org were in a big lead. A big lead early on in this game. Especially as they got near and past the half switch. But that feels like oh so long ago now. Gotta make good on this round. What have we got? A default is in. 2 out towards A. That's going to be exercise. And djoko. 2 in towards connector. Haji backed up by Maka, the spam. Well, I thought I was going to do some more damage. I think Haji got away with that. Very slow stuff from Looking4Org. They want to control. I need a chemist to tell me what elements burn purple.
Oh, phosphorus. I think.
No, phosphorus. Isn't phosphorus luminescent green? I think it might be magnesium.
I do remember that, throwing it in
on the Bunsen burner.
Yeah, or into water it reacts too, right? Potassium chloride apparently burns purple.
There you go. That's a big entry. Can Martinez drop the bomb? No.
So yeah, potassium.
See plenty of players eating bananas. It's always around.
Burn the bananas. Will they burn purple? Martinez. This is such an important interaction here on the flank. Who gets it? Maka does. Catches the slow peek. Now they're shut down. Movistar, yes, they have cash, but without anything on the flank, they don't have that much. They're going to back away. The lead will finally be reclaimed by Looking4Org. Finally. I mean, they just came up tied, but, you know, the momentum was swinging after that lost USP round. And now, French squad can regain.
It's important as well to keep a lot of numbers alive, isn't it, for Looking4Org? How many times do you see these scenarios where they just win a round, one player alive, instantly flips back, and they're back on pistols, and you're thinking, what do we really achieve with that Pyrrhic victory? This does give them some runway. Just needs to reinvest into pause from Movistar. First of the map, which is a surprise, isn't it? Because the times in that first half, that was not ideal, to put it lightly. So, a little bit late on the pause here from Movistar, but I guess it
feel
does
like we've had many in this series, has it?
We
had the one where we got the round reset.
More forgivable for Looking4Org because I know they do have a coach, but I know it's a little bit more unstable, let's say, in terms of, you know, support staff for an old team. For Movistar, no real excuses. They've Alex and Blade behind him have been together a long time now. Still exercise leading the way. 15-9 for him. Martinez, as he's been wont to do during this qualifier, is leading the way. I think Adams has had a pretty good map. He definitely has some massive rounds. And it certainly feels like Adams is a player, at least based on what I've seen this qualifier, Mike. It mechanically, There is no qualms. He can definitely shoot. This kid is good. But it's just a fundamental truth. If you look at his stats overall, not incredible. Surely indicates a bit of work to do to round out his game. Engagement here in short. 1 apiece. Even Stevens.
They do deny the short control, which is big from the Movistar riders, but maybe a worthwhile exchange for them.
Yeah, but they don't really have that much info. This boost is actually a bit scary because they don't know a player's not up short, but clearly we can see on the minimap that it's not too scary. Nobody
The
around.
monster peak could come through. They're so exposed to that if that happens.
Yeah, players are grouping up too. Remember, they can also pop the smoke and get really aggressive. Hadji's coming back. No, sorry, Hadji's in connect. He's the one with the HE. There aren't any more smokes here. Free in defense though, because Martinez was playing wide on divider side. He could call to his teammates. Stack B, they're coming there.
Big entry from djoko, looking for more. Adam's super committed into this. Alex with him as well, so there's not the option to pull the plug and go for the save here. They kind of have to brawl this. Now revealing that there's players here, which Looking4Org probably already suspected. Oh, that's a big kill found around the edge of the smoke. Martinez, I think that probably just popped on his mini-map and he took the shot. Early hold is good. That's a follow-up. Martinez now totally committed. Exercise and Haji. What are they going to do? Here's the tap. Martinez pushed off right into exercise. And that is going to be the round.
And they've done it. They brought the money down from Movistar.
Now, Alan, interesting note here. I'm starting to see a lot more of these MJ peaks. They were very rare before. And based on what I've seen so far today on the Reddit and the Twitters, yes, there is an exec where you can manually do it. I think there's also a way to mechanically imitate it. Someone posted that if you, even without the exec, if you can get the movement consistent, you can actually trigger it.
Yeah.
It is interesting. Obviously, the exec or the aliasing is not kosher in competition, but if you can do it without the aliasing, that would have to be a different ruling.
Yeah, I think the one pushback I'd have is that I have a strong hunch if players were actually, let's say, abusing it, even if it is, not strictly against the rules, if they were abusing it, I think there'd be a lot of uproar from the other pros, especially if they're losing these sort of games. So I suspect in this series it's not a huge influence.
No.
And I mean, just from our side, we just hope it's always going to happen, wasn't it? There's always going to be some bugs. We just hope gets on top of it soon because we like clean Counter-Strike. We like there to be no asterisks against the performances.
I'm optimistic it'll either be patched or, there'll be some sort of ruling because it is reminiscent. It's much less advantageous. The only thing it does is it avoids the feet coming around the corner early and avoids the shadow cues in some situations, which can be huge. But, thinking back to the classic big headshot info bug from the Krakow major that
2017.
Yeah. Where, that got big so deep in because they were the absolute best at exploiting it. And eventually the gentleman's agreement came through to not use it.
The best thing about that whole scenario was, because I think Cold Zero had 50 kills in the first 2 maps. So there were so many memes going around of everyone saying everyone's having a meeting to decide if Cold Zero should play with his monitor turned off.
Yes.
Like, well,
that photo was incredible.
Yeah.
That photo's gotten a lot of mileage since.
Yeah, it's a good one. Well, it's not often, is it? You actually get all the pros. Well, you don't normally get them all to agree on anything in the first place. Let's be real. Especially with the CSPPA not in its strongest spot, let's say, at the moment.
Well, that was even pre-CSPPA, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it?
This was it's about the era of the... God, what was it called? The PSA? PEA, that's the one.
Yeah, that prompted the formation.
God, that's a throwback.
Counter-Strike history.
We educate all over. Anybody that listens, learn a lot of things about love, life, and Counter-Strike. Not all useful, but you're learning. Hit extended.
Seems like we have a little bit of an audio issue coming through, which is what's prompting this pause. So nothing to do with CS2.
Let's take this gap to have a discussion about like the implications in this qualifier for these teams, because Movistar is a new lineup. Well, reasonably new for the player break. It's a new game for them. Multiple times now they have rebuilt with different teams. I'm talking post some Pius lineup. And it does feel like if they can get into a LAN and just play themselves back into form, we know there's experience here. But if you don't have, it helps so much to have that focal point, the goal, something to boot camp towards rather than the endless online tournaments. It really would make a huge difference for them if they can get in. And, well, they're absolutely on the ropes at the moment.
I do think that's the case. I also think that I'm not too worried for the Movistar Riders, right? Like, even, based on the form that we're seeing right now, I kind of have faith in them to figure it out if given the time.
My one rebuttal would be, what does Movistar's end of this season look like if they can't get into more tournaments?
True, you're right.
It's probably not a lot of LANs.
Without the major.
It's probably not a lot of LANs.
Yep. That's possible.
I'm not sure if they're playing in the CACs, Elises of the world, but they are actually quite well ranked, which could help quite a lot. But yeah, that would probably slip because it's getting a little bit of a while since they played their LANs.
Oh, just last month. Just last month with Pro League, right?
It slips pretty quick though. Particularly, I think it's the LAN form that goes fast.
There just aren't any real big LANs so much. We've got Sydney. You've got that's 8 teams, right? You've got is it more?
It's 16, isn't it?
Is
it? 2 groups of 8. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
I believe you. Oh, it is.
You worked Dallas, brother. It's the same format.
There we go. You're right. Just came in at the end there, though. This one's a bit of a massacre. There was some damage there, but never around in doubt. You gotta remember, I only came into Dallas to cheer on the crowd. I didn't.
Oh, I see. That's why you think there's only 8 left because you did playoffs.
Yeah. That's all that was there by the time I got there.
True that. Well,
Exercise is having a game. 18 and 9.
djoko spooled up as well. He wasn't close to Exercise earlier.
But he was, remember, he had that really hot start to the map. The Galil round, a few other big rounds around A. He's been big.
Yeah, we've seen it across. I mean, Maka had a massive first map. Haji had his moments too. So there is depth to this lineup. I do think that they potentially lack a star, but there is definitely depth and parity across these players. A lot of experience. And with 3 chances now to book a ticket to take on Spirit again. We said it. They took Spirit closer than anybody. And they're ever so close now for a shot at Sweden.
Send up for something outside B here. Just hit a little bit of a pause, see if the response is going to come in from Movistar. Hasn't just yet. But now it seems like all hell may be about to break loose. Re-smoke on the monster tunnel. This could slow it. Oh, here comes the look. Do they peek around Fountain? There's the spot. There's the swing. Ooh, good response from Martinez. That could have been so bad if the transfer was hit. Now Hajitron up, but the trade is there. It's pressure on for Martinez. He's in so much trouble and he knows it. Has to try and slip away towards sight and stay alive. Be able to do so.
Info push, B side of the map.
That's going to take a long time for Joss to get involved in this. So it's a 3v2 on the site, and he's just holding on to this space. So if they just rock through, it's still so much on Martinez's shoulders. I think he was just spotted as well. Yeah, pressure coming around. They know he's here. They know he's up close. They're begging for the peek. There's the swing. Full W hold. Mopaz off the angle at the wrong time. Lives, though. Lives so importantly around the dice. They go. He gets one before dropping, and that's the bomb, which will slow them up. Just to get around the angle. 6 seconds, just enough time for the bomb plant, and djoko's even around the corner. Comes down to the clutch to save their life here in this qualifier. One man, he's had a quiet game, but what a time to step up if he could do it. Looking for the headshot. djoko, and the angle will not allow it. rounds on the board. djoko, the man who started the game off strong, closes it as well. And it will be Looking4Org, looking for that rematch with Spirit in the grand final of this qualifier, Alan.
Big Apex and now Movistar. 3